It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Not a lot to complain about for this San Antonio group right now. They lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. He's missed so much time the past several seasons with injuries. Kenny, is it too much to expect him to return to his former level, his MVP level?
Well, maybe not the MVP level, but he still can be a serviceable all-star, meaning he might not be able to dominate for 82 games, but he could do it for 40. And then he could do it for playoff time. So I do think the knee surgeries took a little toll on him, as they would any player, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank.
He might be able to get back to his MVP level, but that's going to take a full season. A full season of injury-free play to get that confidence back. A full season, Ernie, 82 games.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later on.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA's celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Spurs in an interconference battle here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
They sure did. There's no question about it. And when you come out on the wrong end of the turnover battle, you're often going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard as well, Greg. You know that.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. At small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. And it's Mirotic in at the 5 spot.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Rose gets the bucket. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Parker passes to Green. Here's Marjanovic. Parker outside. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Leonard.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Minnesota.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for him. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
And finished off by Mirotic.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
To the inside, Aldridge. Can't get it to go. Good D by Gasol. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Now, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. The wide open look here for Aldridge. That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Gasol kicks to Mirotic. It's rebounded by Leonard.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Inside, deflects the pass. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Green's got his second basket.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Butler dishes to Gasol, shoots it, and he misses his first shot.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Green against Butler. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Green. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Portis is checked in.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Parker passes to Leonard. Gasol against Duncan. He feeds it to Parker. Just 5 on the clock. The open shot, Aldridge. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was not just aggressive, it was reckless. I mean, they approached it more like bumper cars in a game of basketball.
Aldridge with a screen on Rose. Parker's shot is off.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
For 3, Dunleavy. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Parker with it. Butler covering. On the wing, Green. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
Bulls trail by 6. Rose gets to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Spurs have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Now here's Leonard. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Bulls trail by 6. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Now here's Mills, and Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And San Antonio has possession. 3-point lead.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And the basket by West.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
Here's Snell. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
And let's review some numbers for Leonard. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
26 seconds left to play here in the first. Screen by Duncan. Mills dishes to West. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. West has got 6 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Out to the right wing. 3-pointers. Snell cannot hit. Leonard. The shot no good. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Spurs out in front, up 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard, Tony Parker. And here's what Parker had to say about that.
My first 3-4 years, it was tough sometimes. Sometimes, like, eyes watered. I was, like, really angry, and it was tough at times. Definitely very hard on me early in my career.
Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge, Kevin, that he cried?
It sounds like it, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Ginobili. Here's Parker after the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Here's Aldridge. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Aldridge has got the lead up to 7 now for San Antonio. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Portis. Dishes it to Mirotic. And he jams it with authority.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here is Parker after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Marjanovic. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Brooks kicks to Mirotic. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists in the game. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Aldridge, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Puts up a 3. That's his 4th miss from the floor. He's made 2 of his shots.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Rose attacking, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Man, that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
Fantastic reverse dunk, Clark. He had to get up high for that one.
And I tell you what, that's the kind of play that could really spark a team.
Now, here's Aldridge. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game. And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right after this.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And he makes the first. Boris Diaz checked in for Manu Ginobili. And he makes both free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Now here's Rose. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. Here's Marjanovic. He's covered by Rose. The dish to Diaw. Takes the 13-footer. And that one is hammered home.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
The feed to Aldridge. Good, and it's Diaw with the assist that time. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Dunleavy's shot is off. Spurs leading by 12. Parker passes to Green. Here's Aldridge. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Parker drives in, and that one's good. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
That's his first personal foul.
The Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first. A different look now for San Antonio. Duncan comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Chicago also making some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Portis. Doug McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. And Tony Snell subbed in for Butler.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
The drive by Duncan. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Rose with the ball. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from McDermott. And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? What's your read on that?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
Here's Snell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game, and the basket good.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yes, very, very impressed with how much more alive they look here to get back in.
Now here's Mills. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Minnesota.
2 minutes.
Outside Rose. He dishes it to Mirotic. Here's McDermott. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Assist goes to Nikola Mirotic.
Spurs leading by 6. Now Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Duncan with the bucket.
Chicago timeout call.
Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out, and fortunately for me, I don't have it.
Now here's Gasol. 17 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Well, back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, you know, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the most of it.
Duncan, a screen. Off the screen. Mills can't hit. And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. Passes it to Gasol. The 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Now the pass to Green. But they get it back. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Deflects the pass. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Bulls have been good at the line so far. 5 of 5. First one falls for it. And the Spurs making a change here. Gasol hits them both.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Mills dishes to Duncan. Makes it off the glass. Duncan's got 6 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Spurs lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Tony Parker. And Tony, a lot of tough play out there in that first half. How would you describe this game so far?
A lot of intensity, very physical. We're playing pretty well, but I'm not very happy the way we finished the first half. We had a good lead, and they came back on us, so in the second half we have to do it again.
Tony, thank you so much. Kevin, a guy who's never satisfied.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Marcus Aldridge played a great quarter of basketball. He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Rose in at the point guard. And it's Aldridge missing.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Dunleavy kicks to Butler. Feeds to Gasol. Pass to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Dunleavy. That one a little long.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Aldridge against Gasol. Out to the wing for 3. Dunleavy. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 3rd assist on the night. San Antonio leading by 3. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Green, the screen. Pass to Aldridge. Here's Marjanovic, covered by Mirotic. There's Parker with the 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
There's Rose with the 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kicks to Aldridge. Shot from the low block. Good as the jump shot falls. Aldridge has got 14.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Rose passes to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Butler in the corner. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in this game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part, and I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. And it's Butler missing. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level. Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now, here's Butler. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gasol kicks to Dunleavy. And again, no good by Chicago. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. And he gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Spurs lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The Spurs making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Rose dishes to Gasol. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Parker against Butler. Diaw with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Bulls trail by 11. And here is Butler. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Rose goes in. Good D by Parker.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Parker following the miss by Derrick Rose. They set the pick. They get the rebound. And Chicago shooting well. They're at 45%. Passes it to Portis. Back to Rose. It's hauled in by Diaw.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Dunleavy. 5 points in the game. Good.
And that's his 2nd triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Spurs leading by 10.
Timeout Spurs.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
McDermott can't get it to go.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
No good with the triple. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 15-3 run. Mills with it, guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Butler kicks to Snell. Here's McDermott. And again, no good by Chicago.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Now here's Duncan. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. And the basket by Ginobili.
And, you know, with Tim Duncan, there are no flaws in his game. He's even become a good free throw shooter now. He's averaged 76% from the line the last 3 seasons after being in the 60s much of his career.
1:11 left in the third quarter. Now here's Mills, guarded closely. No good from 11 feet. Bulls trail by 14. Butler passes to Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Butler on the wing. Again, Chicago.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Mills. No good again that time.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Ginobili gets a wide open look. Hands it from downtown. Ginobili's got 5 points now this quarter. 6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. That's a 2 from Butler. And the miss. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Spurs out in front, up by 12. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Bulls trail by 12. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Dunleavy for 3. The shot misses.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And Ginobili, here we go. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Ginobili's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for San Antonio. Bulls trail by 14. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Brooks. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. Offensive rebound. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Gasol, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Check out the game for Dunleavy. He has 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Good on both. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Parker dishes to Green. Rose against Parker. Down low, here's Leonard. Rebound by the Bulls. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lets it go with a 3. And Dunleavy is good for 3. Dunleavy's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And here's Leonard from three. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Dishes it to Gasol. Back to Rose. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Green gets to Leonard. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Bulls trail by 11. Over in the corner, Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 7 for him tonight. The Spurs have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Leonard with a screen on Rose. Parker passes to Leonard. Fires the three. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
San Antonio calls timeout. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Good. 16 points for Aldridge.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Outside Rose. It's stolen by Green. Shoots the three, and the shot is good.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range.
Rose kicks to Gasol. And here's Brooks from outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist in this one.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
That is good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Leonard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Leonard having a good one. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Rose. For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. Spurs leading by 12. The drive by Green out to Parker. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Parker. And that's 18 points for Aldridge.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
Now here's Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Gasol. And the wide open shot from Green. Not enough on that one as it misses. Bulls trail by 13.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
Now Parker. Pau Gasol missing from long range. Parker double teamed. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 15.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here's Brooks. Outside Gasol. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Gasol. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Parker kicks to Leonard. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Chicago making a switch here. Rose is checked in.
The lineup for the Bulls. Derrick Rose.
Here's Marjanovic. He feeds it to Parker. And it's Leonard at the elbow. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Dunleavy.
First personal foul. Shooting for San Antonio.
The first one falls.
Leonard. At the line for 2.
Leonard hits them both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Now here's Rose. Here's Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Pau Gasol. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 15-6 run. Rose against Parker. And Leonard has it in the corner. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
3-pointer. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they've brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
It's stolen by Dunleavy.
And tonight's battle is going to end. Nasty. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And San Antonio has possession after the Bulls pick up 2. And he gets it to go.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Butler from outside. Butler can't get that one to fall. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now here's Parker. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. There's Green with the 3. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Leonard. Now the dish to Aldridge. Outside, Green. Aldridge a screen. Down low and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Rose. From deep 3-point range. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Marcus, a fine performance for you individually, and it certainly seemed like this team was working well together. What was the key to that?
It was bad defense. I thought in the second half, our defense, holds out better. I thought, I played well up there too. So, I just went to work tonight.
LaMarcus, great job. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
When LaMarcus Aldridge gets rolling, it's always going to be a tough night for the opposing team. He is about as complete as you can get on the low block. And there are very few power forwards in the NBA that can run the floor as well as he does. He's a franchise player, plain and simple. And they just couldn't come up with an answer for him tonight.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show. But not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And, folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.